Download the BCSN Plus app today. Visit bcsnnation.com for details.
After the MLB draft last week, players are beginning to head out to the places they hope to call home for the next decade or more. Woodmore alum Hunter Allen leaving town today to get fully immersed into the Baltimore Orioles organization after being drafted in the 7th round. Here's more of my conversation with the small-town kid turned major leaguer. And you can make the argument that a lot of athletes, no matter the sport, when they're younger, the focus is, all right, I got to get to this prep school, or I got to get to this private school because they're going to develop me faster. And if I'm a pitcher, I want to throw as fast as I can, throw as strong as I can. Maybe I get Tommy John early. But you're from Woodmore High School, small town kid. So that's kind of debunking what I was just saying. For you to be a small town kid and to make it to this point, what does that say not only about your journey, but the path for a small town kid to make it to the major leagues?
Yeah, I definitely think like being a small town kid, like you gotta want it, and going every step of the way, whether it was Owens Community College, Ashland, now going to the Orioles, for rookie ball, like whatever it's going to be, like being a small town kid, like you understand like what it takes a little bit more, to get on the map. It just takes a little bit more for people to trust that guy, and I think like the grind that I had mentioned earlier, like I think it's a little bit more for guys like me in my situation. So
how are you going to be able to maintain that hunger now that you're in the majors? It's easy to get satisfied, and of course you're going to be going to the Orioles right away. You're going to be starting in the minors, working your way up. But how can you keep that hunger that you've had throughout your entire baseball career so far?
Yeah, I mean, my dream is still to go play, in the show, and as great as it is, getting into the minors, I think that I understand that, everything I've worked for up until this point in my career has been earned by myself, and like that. I put the work in, I day after day after day after day, consistent, and I think that's a good thing to like have, set in stone in my mind. Is like, that's what it takes, to get from, high school to junior college to a Division II school, just let alone, and now, Division II school to the pros, and now in the minor leagues too, like the bigs, like that's the step, every step of the way, like it takes that want and grind. So.
And I know that you said you leave on Sunday, but you pretty much have had a week to kind of learn the farm system a bit, learn about the environment you're going to. What is it about the Baltimore Orioles farm system that can allow you to reach your potential?
Yeah, I've talked to a couple of the guys in the pitching development. They're fired up. I think that's a big part for me. Like I'm going to a place right now where these guys are really looking forward to work with me, and that makes me feel like, okay, like that going into it, we're ready to go. Like these guys see it, with that, maybe. Potentially one day I could be a big leaguer for him. It's not just we got this guy and he's coming in. Like there's a lot of what ifs. Like I firmly believe that when I go in there, you give me with the right people. We buy into like whatever it may be. Within the the team that it could take off really fast. So.
And you leave on Sunday. What does the next week or so look like for you?
Yeah, as of right now, like you said, I'm flying out on Sunday. I think Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday is all combined of meetings, physicals, like medical stuff. I think it was the 23rd is when we first start like workout and stuff like that. So I'm really excited to see what it looks like. There's a lot of question marks on what what it's going to look like, but I'm excited. I wouldn't give it up for the world. So.
And look, you weren't the #1 overall pick. There's a lot about your journey that's unconventional, starting off at community college, going to a small town school. You said your first year at Ashland was kind of a struggle. But for the kids that are watching you right now, make it to the major leagues. What is the message for them?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is that coming from me, don't let anybody ever tell you that you're not good enough. Because if it's honestly, it's 100% up to you and your journey, every step of the way. Using me as an example that, if I didn't buy into myself and believe in myself the entire way, I wouldn't be at where I'm at right now. So you don't let anybody ever tell you that you can't do something.
And what are the Baltimore Oriole fans going to be getting in you?
Oh man, you're getting a guy that's ready to go. Fun to watch. Yes, I think you got one of the biggest steals of the draft when it comes to a Division II guy. I think that coming into it that I'm going to play a big part. So.